All right, now that we finished up our algebra section, we're moving on to geometry. In geometry, when you get into this section, write down your rules and study what it's telling you. So when you're reading, make sure you're taking it all in because it's very important. If you know the rules, geometry can be really easy. So I want you to read page 449 all the way over to page 456, and we're going to go over problems 1, 3, 7, 12, and 14. All right, so let's go over our problems under lines and angles. So number 1, I've already got written up on the board. So the main thing to know is that a straight line, the angle is always going to equal 180. Okay, so knowing that, we have from this part to this section is a straight line. So this to this part is 112. So to get A, we'll just subtract 112 from 180. Okay, so we got 10 here, and that's 8, 7, 68. So our answer is simply 68 degrees. That would be selection B. So knowing that a straight line equals 180, let's move on to number 3 and apply that rule. Okay, so number 3, let's draw it out. We have a straight line with 2 rays coming off of it. This section equals 27 degrees. This one's labeled as 2x degrees, and this one's labeled as x degrees. So knowing that our straight line equals 180, we can set us up an algebraic equation with all these angles equal to 180. So let's do that. We've got 27 plus 2x plus x all equal to 180. And let's solve for our equation, or x, and that'll give us our answer. So we have 27 on this side, and we need to get it to the other side. So we'll subtract 27 from both sides of the equation. Here it cancels out. Here we get 3, 5, so we get 153. So we have 2x plus x equals 153. I'll write it over here so it's easier, better. All right, so now we have 2x plus an x, which is 3x, equals 153. We have 3 times x, so we need to divide both sides by 3, and that will leave us with our variable x. 3 into 15 goes 5 times, and 3 goes into 3 1 times. So x equals 51 degrees. Now, keeping this in mind, we have x equals 51. 3 only asks you to determine x, but if you were to be asked to determine this angle here, you would just plug in your 51 degrees and multiply it times 2, and that would give you your answer. So just keep that in mind when you're working the problems. Let's move on to number 7, under perpendicular lines. Okay, let's draw the picture. Angle 1, 2, and 3. And let's read what it says. It says the measure of angle 1 equals 90 degrees. So here we have a 90 degree angle, which is also, if you see this little symbol, means it's a 90 degree angle. Here we have a straight line, and just remember that those equal 180. So it tells us to find angle 2. If this equals 180, we have angle 1 and we have angle 2. If this one's 90, this one also has to be 90. And to check that, you can do 180 minus 90, like we did in the previous problem, and you get 90. Okay? 90 plus 90 equals 180, so your answer for a measure of angle 2 is 90. All right, moving right along, let's go to problem 14 under parallel lines. And let's draw it. it tells us that this angle right here is 123. All right, so what we're going to do is find out all the angles. According to parallel lines, we have corresponding angles, meaning if you took this part and set it on top of here, the corresponding angles would be equal. So knowing that, we can take 123, we've set that picture on top of here, this would mean that this angle would equal 123. Same here, if you set it on top of this side, angle 6 will be 123, okay? And then if you have a straight line here, which equals 180. So to find angle 1, all you do is subtract 123 from 180. That's 7. 7 from 2 is 57. So we have 57 degrees. So angle 1 would equal 57. Now, if you go over here and put your corresponding angles, you have 57. And even angle 7 here will be 57. And you can write all these in, as well as angles that are on opposite sides, they're also equal too. So now we know the measure of every angle. So go ahead and write in what you know, and let's see what it's asking. Number 12 asks, in the figure PQR, find the measure of angle 7. Going in and writing in all of our angles, we already know that angle 7 is 57 degrees. So that would be selection D. So every time you tackle one of these problems, like I said, write in what you know just from the rules of parallel lines, and it will make your life a lot easier. So let's look at number 14 and remember these rules. Angle 2, 1, and 3. We have angle 4 and 5, and it's giving this angle as a 107. All right, so knowing that this angle is 107, let's just go ahead and write in what we know just from this information. We know we're going to have to subtract from 180 because we need to find angle 4. So you take 107 from 180, and you get 73. So angle 4 is 73. Now, opposite angles also equal, and corresponding angles also equal. So if you set that on top of here, that means this would be 73, this would be 73, this would be 107. Opposite angles equal. Corresponding angles, that's what mean these are 107 as well. And I haven't even looked at the problem to see what they're asking, but let's look and see what it's saying. Let's find the measure of angle 2. So now, looking at our thing, we just go angle 2 is 73. So our answer is E. So you can know the answer before you even look to see what the problem is asking you. So now that we're done with those, let's